Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Basement Card Collector. Today's video is going to be a video recap of a purchase we made at a yard sale. You're looking at a big shoebox. It's a normal shoebox. It looks really big on this video, but it's a normal size shoebox. You can see, guaranteed you'll love it. Well, I have purchased baseball cards at yard sales before and other places, and you never quite know what's inside. So here on top of this cool box is our Mr. Andre Dawson on the 89 Topps. And I chose an old 1974 Topps Rich the Goose Gossage just because it's cool. And one of our really cool returns, Mr. Tim Worrell on the 94 Stadium Club. He wrote one of the coolest notes I've ever had through the TTM machine, but just sitting there on top of the big unknown, the big box from the yard sale. We did pay $20, did not open it, did not go through it. What's inside? I don't know. And if you've ever purchased cards at a yard sale before, you just never know. And the not knowing, I've mentioned it before and spoken to some of you in the comments, the not knowing is really just the fun in itself. For 20 bucks, is there anything worth it? I don't know. We'll see in a minute, but here is what we have. I can do a little pretty normal size shoebox. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video. I'm going to go through these things and come back with a little what was in this box. It says guaranteed 100% you're going to love it. We'll see about that. So I will pause the video, come back, and see what we found. And we're back. I have gone through our $20 garage sale buy, and I found some pretty cool things. I did not grab them all, but I have tons. It was about 90% football cards. I have a massive stack of 91 Upper Deck, if you remember these. Jerry Rice, Randall Cunningham. So they did not go through and pluck out all of the stars. That's a bonus. Derek Thomas. There's a fresh off of a Super Bowl win. Otis Anderson. They beat the Bills in that 20-19 field goal at the buzzer Super Bowl. First of the Bills run there. Hall of Famer John Elway. Richard Dent supporting the cool visor. Jackie Slater getting some air. Art Monk. Johnny Taylor. And then I thought, since the NFL draft just concluded, do you remember Eric Bieniemy being young and quick? Here's the pretty highly, I think, first round pick Wesley Carroll out of Miami. And who could forget Indiana Hoosier star Mike Dumas. So I think I might have the 91 Upper Deck set. I have not put them in order yet. However, I did and do have this. I found a box. This was not like this, but the 1991 Topps football set was all in there. Speaking of that Super Bowl, here it is. Card number 1. And that was the Bills, like we just mentioned, 20-19. The Scott Norwood field goal at the end. Was the first Super Bowl that I watched, also, that I can attest to. I did not watch the year before, and my first football memory is watching that football game late, seeing that field goal go wide. Mr. Roger Craig, 91 Topps highlights, Derek Thomas. Another kicker, Pete Stoyanovich. But you've seen these cards. There he is talking about Mr. Otis. And we'll end on this guy right there. But the 1991 Topps set was in that box. So that alone is pretty cool. We're going to set this. I did put those in number order. They are in there. Some are kind of beat up. But, you know, what do you want? They're stuffed in a shoebox. Speaking of being tortured in a shoebox, this owner, like I mentioned, probably 95% of that box was football cards, and then there were some baseball cards, but my word, seriously, what do you got to do to put a card into this condition? Bo Jackson. It's a cool Wade Boggs. But look at some of the, like, what do you got to do to Fernando Mania to make him look like this? 84 Donruss, kind of. Another Bo Jackson. So seriously, what do you have to do to put a card like this? And it wasn't just football Bo, it was baseball Bo. Like, why did this person hate Bo Jackson? So for some reason, they just beat up and loved on some of our stars here. Here's a Frank Thomas early card. I think it's his first Donruss card. And they did not focus just on football and baseball. They also beat up a Magic Johnson All-Star card. They did not like two sport stars is what I can gather here. They did not like the Dion 92 score. They didn't even like Hall of Fame players. They did not keep their... Looks like this thing was rolled. You can see like I almost had a tin can on it or something. 90 Donruss, and one more tortured Bo Jackson card. Like, seriously, what do you do to get a card to do that? Now, this collector was probably from 1991, 1990-ish area. Check out the Dave Justice Love. Again, that's a 90 Topps traded. That was a super cool card way back when. There's two of them, and they are just like the rest of those cards. So there were some decent players in this box. But this would be the much loved. Who can we put on top there? Let's take that Bo. Master Blaster. So there were some really cool players involved. They did not all look like this, I want to mention, but still I was kind of bummed. That's a pretty good stack of really good players, and they're just pinned and rolled and like they wiped their mouth with one. Let's take a peek here. Here are some of the cards that made the cut that are pretty cool finds. Check some of these out. Some of those old Kmart cards. Our buddies Zach and Porter were working on one of these sets, and I was kind of pumped to find both of these. There's a Ricky and a Mickey. There's a Reggie. Cool Kmart cards. 82 Fleer Pete Rose. I don't have this in my Jim Rice, so I was kind of pumped. Off-centered, but it's okay by me. 81 Topps will go straight to the George Brett collection. Couple more Ricky Hendersons. 89 Fleer, love 89 Fleer. Haven't seen the 88 score in a while. 92 Topps made it out alive. And then the double 1986 Topps Pete Rose cards. So that would be the baseball made the cut, going to be just fine list. Let's jump over to basketball. There was a small percentage of basketball that made it. And again, you can see the time frame for when this collector was in business here. Love those Skybox Magic. And then we hit a little run of Penny Hardaway. That guy was really, really good. Look him up, kids. All rookie. I was just talking to Bear Card 34 about those old classic cards of players in their college uniforms. I mean, how cool is that card? That's cool before cool was out there. Different variation, of course. We did have two Scottie Pippins. Love that. I'd never seen this Shaquille. Assets I have seen. I had not seen the Assets Gold, so I'll go straight to the Shaq collection. Jason Kidd. Another Anthony, you can see here, love that card. And a couple Johnny Stocktons, cool Hakeem, gold, and the base. Two Charles, got a cool Dominique. So there's some really big names. We're gonna leave that Magic on the top of the basketball. And I have two more stacks. Thank you for sticking with me here. Garage sale find. There were some football cards that were not 91 Topps or not 91 Upper Deck, and some really good players too. Joe Montana, Mr. George Seifert. We have him out TTM right now currently. Had not seen that before. Mr. Walter Payton. Got a Walter Payton Pro line supporting the leather jacket. Got a Boomer rookie. That's pretty cool. Got a John Elway, Sterling Sharp. There were a couple good running backs right in a row here. Mr. Emmett, Thurman, cool Barry, but he might need to be in that beat up pile again. Oh, I love that card. And again, you can see the pinholes, the bumps. Oh my word. I might as well put him with the other bows. Got a Marcus Allen and a Bill Belichick rookie. So that's kind of a cool little card. Let's put the Walter on the top. All right, gang, and if you've ever been to a garage sale, you kind of hope to find something cool inside the box. You'd never know. Check out my biggest, I would call them my best finds of the box. I would put these under the random, Zach has called them basement cards, the American Sports Monthly, the Frank, pretty cool, and a really cool bow that I've never seen before. And again, they have these backs that are just they didn't have the licensing, of course, that the Tops and Donruss have, but they still count in the PC. So we got a bow and a Frank. Let's go basketball next. Super pumped to find some of this guy. Who doesn't love some of this guy? Mr. Michael Jordan. And this was a set that they talked to some of the celebrities and actors. There's a Charlie Sheen. And those Jordan and the black unis. Man, those are good. So it's three Jordans from that late Upper Deck set. Another MJ coming in. Images of 95 Michael Jordan. But these are by far my favorite two Jordans. Do you remember these? The hoops with him and Michael. That was Michael and Magic. Kind of a passing of the torch, so to speak. Magic was kind of as hot as he was going to get, and there was this youngster from Chicago knocking on the doorstep. And then the coolest Jordan for sure. That card was one of my favorite cards growing up, and I was super pumped to see that in there. Here you go, folks. We talked about the 1991 collector in this box, and we found some football, some basketball, some baseball, mostly 91 football, Upper Deck tops. You gotta throw in one of these. Mr. Brett Favre, rookie for those Atlanta Falcons. Some people probably forget that, but he was drafted there. Look at that kid. That's kind of cool. But by far the biggest win, check out what was in that box. 3 Brett Favre rookie Upper Decks. And I don't know what any of them were worth. I can't believe the condition of these based on the other cards that were beat up and mishandled and whatever else they were done to. Turning into napkins back in 1991, I guess, and coasters for your drinks. And so I don't know what these are worth. Doesn't really matter. I am going to put a 91 Upper Deck set together. And Brett Favre, 4 rookie cards in that box. So for 20 bucks, I don't know if there's $20 value there. It was really worth going through, sorting and numbering. Found several players for the PC. You can't go wrong with that. I feel good about this purchase. It was a nice buy for 20 bucks. I got a 91 Topps football set. I probably have the 91 Upper Deck set. Some really cool Jordans for the PC and a couple other players as well. But the Brett Favre would be the winner, I think, for me. Jordan's very, very cool as well. So that's it. That's our $20 blind buy from the yard sale, garage sale. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.